How's it going, y'all? Westgate with Intentional Fitness, and today I hit shoulders. It was supposed to be legs, but my brother-in-law bitched out. Little does he know, he's not getting off that easy. Anywho, I have terrible shoulder pain from multiple injuries, so I like to take my time warming up. I start out with this external rotator movement. Normally, I put my bench on an incline and lay on my side to do this, but I saw this variation on Johnny Shreve's channel. Shameless plug here for you, because I highly recommend you go check out his channel out. Very similar resistance. I do feel more stable whenever I'm on the bench on an incline personally, but again, this is my first time trying this exercise, so that could have a lot to do with it. Next up, we have a banded external rotating movement. This is just going to be more of a constant resistance. You're not really trying to pull it apart with your elbows. You're trying to keep those elbows tight and externally rotate. You're not going to get very far. It's not meant for you to get full rotation or anything like that, really. We're just trying to pump some more blood in there and really get everything warmed up and primed for the massacre ahead. Everything in this exercise workout program is going to be some variation of a drop set or superset. My rear delts are lacking, and so they take priority in most of this workout, beginning with the rear delt fly on the pec deck for 12 to 15 reps. I then drop the weight by 20 pounds and hit as many reps as I can for 4 sets. One of the cues here at the beginning is to decompress your shoulders prior to pulling the bars apart. What this does is it helps isolate your rear delt. For the grip, I like to use the outside of my hand on the arm itself to limit bicep activation within the exercise. For me, my biceps like to get involved whenever I squeeze the handles. It's just a force of habit. So I like to take that out of the equation completely. Here I record myself taking my shirt off because I think I'm a fitness model, stares off into the distance to bask in glory, and we're on to the next movement. Next up, I chose a rear delt fly on the cable cross machine and superset it with a cross face pull. As I said, I'm very focused on building my rear delts because they're by far the weakest component of my shoulder. For the setup, I personally am on the taller side, so I have the cable set high and I keep my sternum up, but my chin is in a neutral position. You flex your biceps so that your elbows locks into position and pull the handles apart. When finishing the fly, I don't let the handles cross so I can keep constant tension. After 10 to 12 reps, I switch to the face pulls. For this exercise, the most important component is to make sure that your hands beat your elbows back to the top of the movement. The number of reps here isn't as important as making sure that we're maintaining our form and getting blood to the right muscle, not just to the muscles. Finally, we're moving away from our rear delt and we're going to our front and a little bit of the lateral head. Not a whole lot, but a little bit with this seated military press. Now, you can do this with a back supported bench, but I personally just chose not to so I could get a little more core stability. Really, it's up to you. But the main focus here is that we're trying to get as many reps as we can, somewhere between that 15-25 range. And we're trying to keep our joints stacked so that we're not putting unnecessary stress on our actual shoulder joint. For this exercise, you want to think of your arms as pistons, just up and down. There's not really a pause in this movement. And finally, my favorite shoulder movement of all time. This is my finisher for all of my shoulder days, the W raise. I think I got this from Athlete X. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to give him the credit. Basically, what we're doing here is we're combining external rotation with abduction. This really targets the lateral head really hard, and then it also gets that rear delt involved just a little bit right at the end. Main focus here is that we're not swinging the weight. You see that I grip that bench really hard so that I'm not able to use too much momentum, and that my shoulder is doing most of the work. Keep that elbow in that fixed position. I know it's hard, especially as you get at the end, but it's a really great movement to finish off and just round out that shoulder at the end. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week.